And I'm just going to share with you a couple of things that I'm working on. So, I wrote a book called Gilding Lilies a while back, and a lot of times I found that with writing it, I was putting so much pressure on myself that it was really, really hard to get the story written. It was really, really hard to connect with the characters. So I had to take a step back, and then I started to actually dream like the character. And throughout the day, I started to actually think, what exactly would she be doing right now? What would Lily be doing right this minute? And, keep in mind that this is a method that works for some people. For other people, it does not work. However, it has helped me immensely with the connection piece. I think the first time I wrote the novel, and even after like kind of drafting it a little bit, it was very disconnected. And she was really, really hard to get to know and hard to like. But she's fun loving and she's adventurous. And even though she's thick in the thighs, I guess what is it they say? Thighs thick as thighs like honey, thick and sweet, or whatever. She basically owns who she is. But just like in real life, a lot of times we own who we are until something makes us, do a refund. And so this story kind of chronicles that it is a love story, but there's a lot of twists and turns and suspense along the way. It doesn't turn out exactly the way most people think it will. And so, of course, after you finish reading, feel free to contact me, and we can converse. Okay. Um, but today, there's one little tip that I wanted to give to people. This is for people that are in the process of writing your novel. You are completely comfortable with getting your novel out there. And I would say you at least have your draft done. So, this isn't necessarily for people that have, maybe you've only written one chapter and you don't have the rest of the story mapped out. I really wouldn't suggest this. But for people that actually have more chapters, you're basically finished, you're kind of drafting, but you want to make sure you're connecting, you're wanting to make sure that people will actually read your book. My suggestion is you get a good group of beta readers, and not only do you get beta readers, but you take it to that next level. So I'm going to show you two different ways to take your beta reading. Wait, I sounded really oaky. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to show you two different ways where you take your beta readers to a completely new level, and it will really affect change with your writing. Way number one is more digitally. So I actually do like Wattpad. I use Wattpad for other things. I will link my Wattpad down below. What I like about Wattpad is you can actually post, maybe like two, three chapters every Friday. And you can build your following. A lot of times you'll get feedback. People will tell you, like, yes, I'm really liking the story, or no, I'm not, or you won't have any views at all, which kind of tells you a little bit more about like the title as well as the image of the cover. But we'll talk about that in a more in depth lesson on Wattpad. But what I did on my Wattpad is I have the trailer. This is the same trailer that is on the Entrepreneur's YouTube page. So I have the trailer that plays when people come to this. Again, I have another video coming where I break down how I get people to actually view the videos. But anyway, I have the trailer, and then I actually always put, a good chunk of the chapters. I don't necessarily put, obviously, the entire book because that defeats the purpose. But if you put like a good chunk, a lot of times it'll give you a word count at the top. It'll also tell you how many people like your story, how many people have comments, all of those things. The second one, I'm going to actually go to our website. So this is entrepreneursok.com. And when I go to entrepreneursok.com, There's going to be a lot of different options for you. But one of those options, which is really, really important, hold on one second. Let me figure out what's going on. All right. So on entrepreneursok.com, there's the free resources and tools. Guys, I put this together so that people can actually grow and build their businesses. I'm not trying to make any money off of this. I actually have a philosophy that in order for me to grow and become a better person and to succeed in the way that I want to succeed in the world, I have to help others succeed, and that feeds me and it gives me energy. So, this site will always, always, always be completely free. There are some classes and things like that that we'll be offering that are free, but you do have to actually register because there's only so many slots. So, if we're doing like an in depth character study on novels, and you're supposed to submit your novel and we all share the novel and break it down and go through it and all that. I mean, you have to actually submit an application and the novel so we know, okay, you actually have something to work with. But I digress. Anyway, so free, completely free all the time. Free is amazing. So on here, there are a bunch of different tools that I've added. And one of the tools that I think is amazing is this beta reader form. It's going to download to you, and you can, tweak it. You can make it what you want. I actually personally like to use it just in docs or in wait, I'm going crazy. I like to use it in Word or in Docs. There, I'm getting it out finally. So basically, what it does is it actually steps you through like a 3-step process, and you actually rate different things about the story. It looks like a homework assignment, I know, and so it is kind of long, but it really, really takes beta reading to the next level. Let me give you an example and then I will end this lesson for today. So, one of the examples is, did the story hold your interest from the very beginning? If not, why? And so it actually requires whoever's reading it, whether it's a book club or if it's an online group, it forces them to actually be like blatantly honest. If you really want this to be honest, have it be anonymous and people just um, send it to you, either via email or something like that. But I guess if you know their emails, then that wouldn't work. But anyway, um, with that being said, guys, I'm not crazy. It's just 11:30 at night, and I'm slightly tired. So it has another section where people like rate things. Are the characters compelling, sympathetic, or someone you can root for? If I don't like the main character and I'm not rooting for them, even if they're villains, I mean, I think about how much people love Magneto and he's a villain, but it's like that empathy for him and his experience. It just is compelling and it was created, you know, um, in the X-Men series because it's like we could relate to the fact that he struggled and his hatred, his anger comes from somewhere. It's not just, out the blue. Um, I'm talking about X-Men. Okay. Anyway, so with that being said, guys, these are two different tools. I would highly, highly, highly suggest them. Again, Wattpad is more like your story is just out there to the world. The form that I have on entrepreneursok.com is more if you have like a group of beta readers, you can provide this to them, they can fill it out, get them something nice, to say thank you, or even just a shout out if you have like a social media presence. Let me know if you want anything read. I am more than happy to read and give you some very thorough feedback regarding your writing. Anyway, until next time, happy writing, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.